Hello, guys. So, doing something a little different tonight. I am in a different call. So, some people may join on stream. Don't know yet. Hey, Lizman, hey, Bell, hey, Toxie, hey, Zeno. So, before I get started, I just want to say this game, or these games, because it's two different volumes, uh, do have flickering images in them. I tried to do something to remedy it, and it didn't really change anything. So just keep that in mind. If you are at risk of epilepsy or seizures, please do not watch tonight's stream. The flickering in the games isn't like super bad, but there's one room in the first volume of Namco Museum, and I think the logo for pole position both use some really bad flickering. And I think for pole position, I think it's actually a strobe effect. So just keep that in mind. I tried to remedy it somehow. I'm out, Zeno. I tried to remedy it, and it didn't work. So we're just rolling with it. I'll try not to focus the camera on the flickering stuff for too long. Also, I only have 2 volumes of Namco Museum. I'm not actually confident I can fill 4 hours of stream with that. In fact, I'm not even confident I can fill 3 hours. So we might end up swapping to my Switch partway through stream. I was thinking of streaming F-Zero 99 because I'm addicted to it. So right now, we're doing Namco Museum Volume 1. Fun fact, by the way, Twitch does not have a listing for any of the Namco Museums. Not a single one of them. I tried setting the category to Namco Museum, and there just was no category. So there were 6 volumes of Namco Museum on PS1. There were 5 volumes everywhere, and Japan got an extra 6th volume, which was the Encore volume. I only own volumes 1 and 3 because those are the only ones that reached greatest hit status. Those are the only 2 that are actually easy to get a hold of. Like, seriously, if you look online, the other volumes are very expensive. Alright, there's a little video that I want to let play before I get started. Alright. Because all the volumes have a little intro that plays. It's PS1 FMV stuff. No, this is the PS1 stuff. Toxic. I don't have the Namco Museums on PS2. The ones that were on PS2 I have the GameCube versions of. And one of them I can't stream because it actually plays 80s music on the main menu. Half expecting Val at some point to say, yo, 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 what it is, motherfuckers, or whatever it is from that one video. Arcade compilations remind you of shovelware CDs. Do you mean like the, like low-budget, kid-friendly, minigame collections that you could get that were based on random license properties? Because I actually have a few of those from when I was a kid. So, Namco Museum, when it originally came out, was the start of the arcade compilation genre, which we see continuing into this day. The thing about Namco Museum, though, was at least the PS1 game, or games, they didn't simply put the arcade games in the collection. There were also pictures of merchandise and pictures of magazine covers from various Namco-related magazines. They put a lot of care into the presentation of not just the history of Namco as a company, but more than just the gaming aspect of the individual games. It was an actual museum in-game that you can wander around, which is absent from every subsequent version of Namco Museum, which means only the PS1 Namco Museum actually has the Namco Museum in it. I thought that was the one that came on PC that had a lot of Pac-Man clones. I'm not familiar with those, I don't think. I do know you're from Europe, and PCs were way more popular over there than they were here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're referring to stuff that just flat out didn't even release in the US. I mean, I do know that clones of popular arcade games and console games are common on PC. Especially for early PCs. Alright. So, I believe we are going to get our first flickering image in a moment. So there is a game list you can select, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go to the museum. Alright, no, this one isn't the one that has the flickering screen. At least not at the beginning. Yeah, it does have one in the pole position room, and unfortunately that's where we're going first. So. There is something very nostalgic to me about the Namco Museum, because I used to love museums when I was a kid. And this Volume 3 of Namco Museum was one of the few PS1 games I had growing up. Welcome to the Namco Museum. There are 7 games exhibited in the museum. Change name? Yes. Okay. While it's loaded in, Pac-Man is walking there, mash square. Oh yeah, I think it does do something. Also, the other volume that I have has Miss Pac-Man on it. Rep Pac-Man's family at Games fucking murdered them. Yes, the dragon is a spy. So. Oh, pole position is not first. As a matter of fact, it's last. Alright. So, we got Toy Pop, Bosconian, Rally X, which also has new Rally X, Pac-Man, Galaga in pole position, and then there's also a lounge. The other volume has Galaxian, Miss Pac-Man, pole position 2, Dig Dug, Fozon, and the Tower of Draga. And by using a cheat code, you can also access another tower, which is a harder version of the Tower of Draga. I will be showing that off. So, I want to try to pad out the stream a bit with stuff, because I'm not confident I can actually go the full time with just this game. That was man. So, here we go with the museum. And the other volumes, or at least volume 3, the museum rooms are actually themed around the game. So this is Toy Pop. I don't know if this one actually released in the US. I'm not sure. Ah, shit. It's too slow. How do I... circle is in. So this is the pamphlet for Toy Pop. As you can see, it's in Japanese. One of the problems with Namco Museum, if you're a weird American, is that it just doesn't show much in the way of American stuff. Because they didn't have the time to redo the museum to show the American merchandise, which for a lot of the games just flat out doesn't exist. Because not everything that came out in Japan came out in the US. Some. Some. Actually enjoyed Toy Pop. It's not bad. I'm not a huge fan of it. You can play it on Switch now. Arcade Archives. But yeah, I missed out a lot of the museum games that don't have an actual museum. And worse, if you're playing on a small TV back then, barely can read stuff on these. Well, most of these things are in Japanese, so you wouldn't be able to read them anyways. Unless you know Japanese. Toy Pop Stationery was produced featuring Pino and Acha. And it does not let me zoom in. And then you get more Namco merch. I adore Namco's arcade games. Pop card, placed on the side of the cabinet to identify the new game. I don't zoom in on that either. So, I got a question for you guys. Namco, Atari, or Midway? 3 of the oldest arcade companies. If you could only have one group of games from one of those 3, what would it be? Would you rather have just Namco, just Atari, or just Midway? And by Midway, I also mean Williams, since they kind of own each other. And Bally. Midway, hands down. Really, hun? Interesting. Because I'm picking Namco. Just arcade stuff. Just arcade stuff, Ball. Midway has Gauntlet. Yeah, but Namco has Galaga, and Dig Dug, and Pac-Man. And Miss Pac-Man. And a few other games. Yeah, Midway definitely win. In my opinion, Midway wins on sheer variety, because Midway has a lot of really, really, really good games, some of which lasted a lot longer, because Midway's arcade history went a little further forwards than Namco's did, when Namco started slowing down after a point. Toxic. However, I will take a good Namco game over a good Midway game. As much as I love Atari's games, they don't hold a candle to the other 2. But for me, it's really just between Midway and Namco, and I like Namco slightly more. Midway also has pinball tables. I wasn't counting pinball. And that was under Williams and Bally, not Midway. Instruction card, 1986. It showed how to play. Whew. First yawn of the night. We're probably going to hit 400 yawns tonight. Also, that Neocon or NegCon that it's showing there is for the arcade gun, I believe. I'm actually not sure what that is. And you get a yawn emote? I think at this point I really do. In the near future, I will probably commission some new emotes.
You're great!
Zachary the Camelide, if I got that name right. Thank you for the follow. How'd you find me, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, if I get 2 more subs, I think I unlock a new emote slot. So, just saying. Don't use that as you don't have to buy me subs or whatever. But I mean, I'm just saying, if I get 2 more subs, I actually get a new emote slot. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. So this just shows how to play. Oh, those are cards. I didn't realize there were cards. I yawned twice before I finished looking at this one thing. Good God. Seika's Discord. Ah, okay. Seika's a good bean. I actually was asking him a question about something earlier. Ever hear of Galaga 88? I have, as a matter of fact. I have played Galaga 88 before. I believe it is in the 50th anniversary Namco Museum on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. And I believe it's also in Namco Museum on Switch, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Simkey. And fun fact about Galaga 88, it took so long to come to Europe on Game Gear. The European Game Gear version is called Galaga 2. Yeah, Zachary, if you're new here, I am a walking encyclopedia of video games. There is no telling what random bullshit about video games I know of. But yes, this is a true thing. Galaga 88 took so long to come to Game Gear in Europe that it was renamed Galaga 2. Because it came out like 1991 or something. It's also one of the rarest European games of the Game Gear. The Nijicon A, stylized as Negcon, is a motion-based game controller manufactured in 1995 by Namco for the PlayStation. On the first third-party peripherals for the system, the controller is connected by a swivel joint, allowing the player to twist the halves relative to each other. What purpose would that serve? Kind of, I guess it's cool that it supports that, but why? Even though calling Galaga 2 doesn't make sense because Galaga is already a sequel to Galaxian. Well, I mean, it has Galaga in the name, so it's Galaga 2, even though Galaga is already Galaxian 2. Kind of like how Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually Red Dead 3, because Red Dead Redemption is a sequel to Red Dead Revolver. Or how Soul Calibur 2 is actually the third Soul Calibur game, because the first one was called Soul Blade. And then and then there was Soul Calibur, which, for some reason, where the number of entries started after that, with Soul Calibur 2. Incidentally, that's another Namco game. Though, that actually was a legal issue because Soul Blade, I believe, was the original name of the PS1 Soul Calibur game, where it was called Soul Blade. And they changed it to Soul Calibur for the next game because there's some dick shitter in Europe who wrote a novel called Soul Blade and was a copyright troll, basically suing everyone who had a similar name. Soul Edge? Is it called Soul Edge? I don't actually have that game on PS1, so I actually don't remember the name. I've only played it on an emulator an ungodly long time ago. I do have Soul Calibur on Dreamcast, though. I actually, come to think of it, I own every Soul Calibur game except Legends 5 and the PS1 game. Because I have one on Dreamcast, 2 on GameCube and PS3, 3 on PS2, 4 on PS3, Broken Destiny on PSP, and 6 on PS4. I like Soul Calibur. For those who play Soul Calibur, what's your main, by the way? I am a Mitsurugi main in most of the games, a Huang main in some of the others, and specifically in Soul Calibur 2, I main half the cast. Also, why Japan was a bit odd and decided to make new names just to be safe, like Biohazard, Resident Evil. The thing that I think is cool about Resident Evil, specifically, is the 7th game is called Resident Evil Biohazard outside of Japan, and it's called Biohazard 7 Resident Evil in Japan. Personally, I think Resident Evil is the better name, honestly. Biohazard is too generic. Resident Evil is iconic. It's catchy. Though, Resident Evil started out as a campy horror game, and it's more recently tried to take itself a little more seriously. Candy001, thank you for the follow. Not expecting so many new follows tonight. Interesting. How did you find me, Candy, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, has it kind of spoils the ending? Oh, wait, are you not supposed to know it's a fucking virus? In, Resident Evil 1? Is that actually a spoiler for the first game? I've never played the first one for very long. Oh, we got an ad. Instruction card. That's already instruction card 1986 attached to the arcade game and showed how to play. Like one guy said, the house is full of demons. Oh boy, I wish I could read Japanese. P7, 3 stars. Oh, remember there being Lucky Sevens in Toy Pop? We'll get to the games eventually. Like I said, I'm trying to pad this out because I'm not confident I can actually do a full stream of just the games. Not a whole lot of games in here, and these aren't very long. I won't be playing them for very long. I'll do a couple tries, like a couple honest tries per game, but we're not going to sit here and play them all night. If I need to, I'll just swap consoles. Just keep in mind, if I am going to swap consoles to the Switch, it is going to take me several minutes to swap cables around and move stuff. Because I can't use my Switch unless I put away the PS2. Ah, the tips. So you may think it was demonic summoning or such, not until you find the lab, it's more confirmed it was bioweapons. Okay. Yeah, I do know you're not supposed to know that Wesker is the main villain, but if you've played any of the sequels where Wesker is the main villain, then it kind of spoils that. Tip 1. Open every box. Do this because sometimes there is hidden stuff inside. That is how boxes work. Tip 2. Clear bonus. If you defeat every enemy, you will get an all-clear bonus. Team attack. Have each player use a different weapon so you can hit all enemies. Defeat Magician. You can get a 5,000 points by defeating him. Collect the 7 or star when it appears on the screen. Only star bullets in the whirlwind can defeat Magician. Ugh. Oh, he comes back in Code Veronica. Okay. Wait. Isn't he the one who sent Nemesis after members of STARS for Resident Evil 3? Did he not make Nemesis? That was just Umbrella. Okay. The PC board. So, for those who are not used to arcade games, this is an actual arcade game right here. It's not a cartridge, it's not a disc, it's not a floppy disk, it's not a flash drive. It's a circuit board. This is how arcade games are made. It's literally just a circuit board. Granted, though, cartridges do have circuit boards. That's kind of the whole point. But the weird thing about arcade boards is you can actually hook them up to a monitor if you have the right equipment. In fact, you can actually swap one board out for another in another cabinet if it is compatible. Oh boy, I can't wait to begin my blind Resident Evil series playthrough tonight. What's this? Oh, I was just looking at the sprites. Yeah, we're probably not going to spend too much time looking at these. The third volume has much more interest in museum, personally. This is the how to play thing. Like the graduate Pac-Man that's on it. So I really gotta ask, all the other rooms are themed around the game. Why is the Toy Pop one just this. There's nothing here. Yeah, there's fuck, I'm trying to look at the. Can't get a good look at the dolls without getting too close. Yeah, those are the playable characters. They're toys, and they're in what looks like a grandfather clock for some reason. So, this kind of cabinet, if you didn't know, is called a cocktail cabinet. Cocktail cabinets are, well, I mean, you can clearly see, rather than being upright where you stand, you actually sit down and look down on them. I am not aware of many companies outside of Namco making cocktail cabinets. I have played Galaga on a cocktail cabinet before, but most of the other Namco cabinets that I've seen in person have been upright, not cocktail. Cocktail ones are cheaper and a little easier to maintain. If you're trying to actually, buy the cabinets. They don't look as nice as the upright ones, though, which is why I prefer the upright ones. Oh yeah, so, in Namco Museum, they run the test screen. Now, something funny here. This is not emulated. They actually ported the arcade games to PlayStation. The first Namco Museum game to actually have the emulated games, not just ports, was the 50th anniversary version of Namco Museum on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. The one that has Galaga 88. Also the one that I can't stream because it plays actual 80s music on the game select. Sorry, talking too much. That's also why there's a 1995 date on the copyright. Because this is a different version of the game. Kino only. Kino and Acha are going to Maggio's castle to save friend. The toy pop is fairly simple. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but it's been growing on me. Hey, all clear. Again, flashing lights warning. Apologies, there's not really much I can do about it. Stretch? Okay, hold on. Ugh. Ow. Oh, I got bombs. Ow. Oh, bombs can't hurt the car. The tanks either. Ah, shit. Yeah. Here's the content warning. Shit. I said bombs. Good bombs. Fuck! I'm good. Happy ass death. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rubies. Sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer. Well, then maybe you shouldn't fucking say it if you don't want me to say it. Give thing. Oh, the balloons explode when you hit them. Okay. Game over. Okay. Come back when you're a little less of a bitch. I'm gonna do this again. Just had a thought it'd be kind of funny if people start redeeming the Duke Nukem quote stuff with more shoot quotes. There you go, still clear. It's been a bit since I had to break out my Duke Nukem impression. I'll hold off on that. Bombs can't kill cars. No, you don't. Uh-oh. No! Well. It's time to chew ass and kick bubblegum. And I'm all out of ass. Ow. Oh, oh, there's a thing. I'm in the CD. CD's nuts. Shit. Ow. There you go, little shit. Let's see, all clear again. Also, the most frustrating thing about Namco Museum games is the majority of the games don't have a whole lot of the Namco games in them. The single best collection of Namco games, excuse me, in terms of the number of games it has, is probably the 50th anniversary collection for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Since that has a good number of games. I think the Wii Namco Museum has more, but I'm not sure. I don't own it. I never got it. I think it also has worse options or something. fucking card is called Trump? Oh, I guess it would be a Trump card. Oh, yeah, we can mess with the dip switches here. So for those who have never tinkered with arcade machines before, dip switches let you change settings in the arcade game. It's basically your settings. The games would come with a manual that had a list of what all the dip switches do, and sometimes different combinations would do different things. So it would do stuff like change the difficulty, turn on free play, change the number of lives, change how many points you need to get an extra life, stuff like that. Oh, there goes Bandit. Bandit being an absolutely adorable burb. Bandit knows my name now. When my dad asks Bandit if he wants to go see me, Bandit will start, will look towards my room and lean towards it. Alright. Finally, we're on the next game. Bosconian. Bosconian is also available on Switch, and I believe it's in the 50th Anniversary Collection? Pamphlet, 1981. Sales promotion. Got it, 1981. That's older than I thought. I'm good. What's coming on Switch? It's on Switch. It's part of Arcade Archives. I think. Is it? Pretty sure they added it. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it's on Switch. Switch and PS4 under the Arcade Archives label. Yeah, this is the Bosconian pamphlet. Again, it's in Japanese, so can't exactly read it. So cool. Ooh, fuck. A lot of yawns tonight. We are absolutely going to hit 400 before the end of the stream. Also, for those that are new, this is actually on a PS2. This is a PS1 game on a PS2. So, you can kind of hear the jewel cases in the mic. Top display. It was attached to the top of the cabinet. It's called a marquee art, by the way. Screen overlay. A glass sheet with game drawings. I actually have an arcade cabinet in my room. I have a 1-Up arcade, or arcade 1-Up Galaga and Galaxian cabinet. I haven't used it in a while. I've been meaning to buy a riser for it, so I don't need to sit down when I play it. I need to finish cleaning my room. I'm making progress. We were originally cleaning the whole house because a streamer friend was potentially going to be visiting. She might still visit Chicago, but we are no longer having visitors at the moment because some serious things have happened in the family that I do not want to get into on stream, and we're all very tired. But I'm still cleaning as if she was visiting because it was going to be a good excuse to finally clean some shit anyways. We're fine, by the way, but things have been a little rough. Or things were a little rough for a bit. They're getting better. It also would have been a nice distraction from my aunt and uncle visiting, since we're not exactly fond of my aunt and uncle, but they're no longer visiting, so yeah, it is what it is. Tip 1. Use mines. A mine will destroy all near it. Use this to blow up missiles and enemies. Tip 2. The enemies will go berserk if a spy ship goes off the screen. Tip 3. Missiles. Your fighter can shoot missiles both forwards and behind. Try to get ships as you run. Instruction card, 1981. Attached to the arcade game. It showed how to play. By the way, the single greatest video game compilation ever made is not the PS1 Namco Museum, but Atari 50, the anniversary celebration, because it includes so much fucking content about the history and development about every single game in the collection. It's got the manuals, it's got the boxes, it's got art, sketches, I think, and even interviews and commercials for Atari. It is such a good just collection of gaming history. And Digital Eclipse, this is the PC board, the company that mainly worked on Atari 50, has started what they call the Goldmaster series, which is basically their version of the Criterion Collection, where they take old PC and console games and put them in a brand new collection with their historical context. And they did that with Karateka and a few games that Jordan and Mechner both made and never finished as the making of Karateka, which I would highly recommend if you like gaming history. This is the Bosconian room. And I believe that is the Bosconian. And the cocktail cabinet. I don't know why they use the cocktail cabinet design for most of these. That's fine. It's just a test screen.
Lost all. Alive, alive.
Wow. So you can blow up the big enemy things, whatever they're called, if you just hit the red gem in the center. But you get more points if you blow up all the orbs first. Also means you don't have to position yourself.
Alive, alive.
Ow.
Lost all. Alive, alive.
No, you don't. I believe this is technically part of the Galaga series, but I'm not sure. Sorrow told me it was, but when I briefly looked it up on Wikipedia, it seems to be its own thing. I know Wikipedia isn't always a great source for stuff like that, but I mean... It easily could be, and Wikipedia could just be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time that Wikipedia's been wrong. And it's because the cocktail cabinets are actually more famous in Japan. Well, okay, I mean, so the thing about Japan compared to the US, and keep in mind what I'm about to say, I am not criticizing Japan when I say this. Japan prioritizes things that can be easily crammed into small spaces. I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because in Japan, it is very common for there to be areas, and you've seen this if you played the Yakuza or Persona series, where there are shopping districts and apartments and restaurants and all that crammed into like a 5 or 6 block radius, and every possible business you can think of is just there, including arcades and other entertainment venues. You don't have to drive 20 fucking minutes to pick up groceries. You could just literally walk across the fucking street. And cocktail cabinets are a lot easier to cram into places like that because of the way they're designed. They have nice corners. They can be shoved right into a corner. You sit on one side, and it plugs in from the bottom rather than from behind. So it can be up against the wall. In fact, it can be up against 2 walls. So that's probably why they're more popular. And again, I'm not shitting on Japan when I say that. It's actually a very good use of real estate because it means every piece is used. Rather than the US, where about 70 fucking percent of real estate is parking lots. Have you ever wondered why SimCity and City Skylines don't have parking lots? Like, canonically, the cars park underground because they realize if they made it accurate to American architecture, it would look like fucking shit because it would be nothing but parking lots. Also, might be easier to put them in bars. That too. But I don't know if that necessarily would mean anything. Because there are barcades that have the regular cabinets here. But possibly. So Bosconi is in the same universe as Galaga, but like tangentially related. Okay. Oh yeah, since they only got enough space. Also why the firefighting service is one of the most dangerous in the country. Boy, imagine thinking that stores being close to living spaces is a bad thing. Ha ha ha. So, well, I don't know if you're joking. I am actually not entirely sure if you are joking or not. What are you referring to? I feel like I know what the answer is, but I am dumb ADHD dragon brain tonight. So, my thinking capacity is quite limited to pressing buttons at the moment. Fuck off. Certain people's very aggressive stances against 15-minute cities. Ah, okay. I actually do not know what people you are referring to, so I will take your word for it. Fuck, I forgot to watch the Bad Day LA review you sent me. God damn it. Shit. I'll have to check that out after stream. I completely slipped my mind. I might not have enough time tonight, because I'd like to be up at a good time. ADHD, you have that too? I'm pretty sure almost everyone on this stream channel has ADHD. Well, maybe not. I have a unmedicated ADHD, though. Though, funnily enough, my ADHD meds usually run off partway through stream. I've started getting up an hour later than usual. I don't have a day job, so kind of just doing nothing right now. That's going. Oh fuck. That is going to change because I am going to try to get a job in the near future. We haven't completely sorted out my health insurance stuff yet. We were able to delay it slightly, but I don't want to get a job until that's sorted out because, you know, I kind of need my medications to actually function for a job. So once that is secure, I will do serious job hunting. But I am medicated, and I usually take it when I get up, and I get up at 9, so around 9 p.m. is where it wears off, and that's where I start getting weird. Sometimes you have to move up or down, other times you have to move left or right, and it's so fucking weird, yeah. Let's keep it consistent, bro. The kind of person who gets really defensive when you... Well, I can continue game. Okay. When you say or imply that there are better methods of transit than cars. Ah, okay. Yes. I understand now. I think they are interesting, especially in Cyberpunk, where your apartment also has stores and such up in it. So technically it's like a small town. It's funny you say that, because in the Cyberpunk universe, Japan is actually the bad guys. Now, I haven't played very little Cyberpunk, the game, as in the video game and the tabletop game. In fact, I know almost nothing about it. But Cyberpunk as a genre actually does have roots in anti-Asian xenophobia, about worries that Asia, specifically Japan, was going to dominate the US and other parts of the world. That bit kind of gets left out of most modern depictions of cyberpunk media. But that is why there is a lot of Japanese neon signs that you'll see in some cyberpunk media, because it was fears about Japan. It's rooted in xenophobia and racism, but it's more muted nowadays. And now it's China. Yeah, now it's China. Firefly is a good example of that, even though it's not cyberpunk. Honestly, I think the fears are way overblown for both countries. In my opinion, at least. Honestly, if China was going to try to do anything like that and just dominate modern society, I think they would have acted on it by now. Now, maybe I'm just not paying attention, but in my opinion, it seems like they'd rather just focus on their own part of the world. Well, the parts of the world that they claim they own. There's a few regions that they claim are part of China that are not necessarily part of China, that I might get in trouble for if I had a Chinese audience, and I don't. And even if I did, I'd still say it. And more with corporations, yeah. And again, my knowledge of the cyberpunk universe, as in the tabletop RPG, is next to non-existent. But I do remember seeing threads and reading articles about the history of the cyberpunk genre, which does actually have roots in xenophobia. Unfortunate, because it's a very cool genre. But the unfortunate thing about American media and American society is there's a lot of uncomfortable parts of it that are just, what if we stole from Asian culture and didn't understand it? There is a consistent trend throughout the history of American media, be it movies, or music, or video games, or literature, where they just stole stuff from Japan and China and Korea. Fuck. Did Lovecraft steal from the culture? I don't know much about Lovecraft either. Fuck! God damn it. The main big bad corporation in the base game is a Japanese corporation. Yes, that's actually what I was getting at. That's why I said that Japan is the bad guys in Cyberpunk, because of that. But I mean, the funny thing is a more recent example of misusing Asian culture is the game Sifu. Sifu is actually a really, really good action game that completely misses the point of Kung Fu. It is heavily inspired by Chinese martial arts films. and is based around the teachings of Kung Fu. If you have even a cursory knowledge of Kung Fu, you do not use Kung Fu for revenge. That goes against the very teachings of Kung Fu, and Sifu is a revenge story. Also, there was not a single Asian developer on the team. It's all Westerners. Do any Chinese people care? The people who brought it up were Chinese. I distinctly remember that the articles that I read were written by Chinese writers. That's also one of the uncomfortable things about Stray is it's very much based on the walled city, which is a very terrible moment in Chinese history. I think actually it's Hong Kong history. And it doesn't have any of the context that the walled city had. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily overtly racist, exactly, but, it's just an uncomfortable... another uncomfortable moment where American companies took things from Asian culture or Asian history without really understanding why it's bad or good. It's just a recurring trend. And that's been happening for decades. Like, maybe even a century at this point. It's funny that I'm saying this while playing a Japanese game, though. RX keychain. A keychain with the map on it. That's... why? It goes for a lot of Western media. Yeah, it's just stealing things from other cultures, really. King of the Hill actually getting Japan mostly right. King of the Hill, from what I know, was actually, like, weirdly ahead of its time for how it handled other cultures in an accurate but respectful and still funny way. It's actually amazing to me that they actually handled it so well, considering when it came out. RX sticker. A sticker given away by Namco in Japan. Also, I like how the Bosconian one didn't have any fucking merch. Actually surprised Rally X did well enough in Japan for it to have merch. New Rally X underlay. It had the new Rally X courses printed on it. Cute. That's all on. Indeed, then again, the series is mostly about Hank Hill being a conservative, yet still open-minded and respectful. Yeah, like, he's conservative, but he does genuinely try. Oh, we're almost at 400. I am desperately craving more tacos. What the fuck is wrong with me? New Rally X sticker. Attached to the cabinet. It had each race printed on it. Why did they let me look at this one? Not the others. There's just so many here that are all bunched up. I'm actually surprised Rally X had merch like this. RX pop card. Tips were printed inside. New Rally X pop card. Identifier attached to the cabinet. I don't know what a pop card is. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, it's so eepy. Oh my god, I'm an eepy Durgan. Need water. Oh. There we go, 400 yawns. Don't have a VR set, but this would still be an awesome way to experience this. Honestly, god yeah. VR has uses, but the funny thing is, in my opinion, is better used for things that are not explicitly just video games. Like, VR chat. If I had a headset, you can bet I would be playing VR chat all the fucking time. Well, I mean, if I could actually use a headset. I suffer from motion sickness, so I don't think it's a good idea for me to use VR. I do have... oh, god. Oh, that was a strong one. Yeah. VR Borno. It's not delivery, it's the Borno. Yeah, I do actually have something I can take for motion sickness. It's called Dramamine. But I wouldn't want to take it if I'm about to play a VR game, because it also has a habit of making me very tired. Because it does make me drowsy. Top display, 1981. It was attached to the top of the cabinet. Screen overlay, glass sheet with game drawings. There's nothing saying you can't sit down while using one. By the way, speaking of VR, bad VR games, from what I've heard, are really, really bad for you. There is a streamer I follow who... oh god, there's still more merch. And stuff. There's a streamer I follow who used to do a thing where he would play bad games on stream every Sunday. With another streamer. And one of the things they did once was playing a bad VR game. The VR game was so poorly made, it gave him vertigo, and he ended up lying on the ground. Because the game was just so poorly made, he lost his balance, and he just had to lie down. So, bad VR games are fucking dangerous. Here we go. If you have someone situated there. I don't think I know anyone personally with a VR set. One of my friends in a furry server, when she still lived in Chicago, actually threatened to kidnap me so I could try her VR headset to play Half-Life Alyx. RX sweatshirt no longer available. Yeah, I bet. They have awful resolution, just gives you a headache. Oof. Yeah, my motion sickness is pretty bad. Hence why I have to take stuff for it. I also don't go out much, so I haven't been able to work on my motion sickness much. Instruction card, 1981, attached to the arcade game. It showed how to play. See? Yay. Ooh, fuck, another yawn already. Goddamn. Instruction card, 1981, a different set of instructions. There is something else after that. And I just hit the microphone again. Rally X and New Rally X are available on Switch and PS4 as part of the Arcade Archives games. I think Rally X is in the 50th anniversary collection, but I don't think New Rally X is, which is unfortunate because New Rally X is the better game. Instruction card, 1981. This card explained how to play New Rally X. I will say, though, the one VR game I really, truly want to play and wish I could use a VR headset to play is Beat Saber. Beat Saber might just be, like, the best fucking rhythm game ever made. Especially if you're a VTuber with all the stuff you can do with mods. But, yeah, excuse me. I wouldn't really be able to play it. The PC board. That's the PC board for the other game. Tip 1. Use your radar. On the right side of the screen is the radar, but it does not show rocks. Hitting rocks is not a good thing. No, it is not. Smoke screen. This will stun the enemies, but only if they are on the screen. It uses a little fuel. Dead ends. These aren't on the radar, so watch out. Avoid red cars and dead ends. Avoid enemies. Do this from the start. Try to get the L and the S flags early on. Yeah, you gotta take the L early. Take the L so you can take an S. Finally, we get the better themed rooms. So this is New Rally X. We're gonna only do one game of each. Oh, it's an upright cabinet. Why did we finally get an upright cabinet with Rally X? I'm not the biggest fan of Rally X. I do like it. I think New Rally X is the better game, though. By the way, speaking of Namco games on Switch, do check out Namco's games from Arcade Archives if you are interested in them. Because there's actually a few Namco games you can get on Switch and PS4 that have never been in Namco collections before. Or at least aren't in the more easily accessible ones. Like, for example, Metro Cross, or Wonder Momo, or Bravo Man, or The Return of Ishtar, which is actually the sequel to the Tower of Drago. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Whoops. Metro Cross is actually really good, and it's one of my favorite Namco games, and it's a damn shame it's not in more collections. It's actually really good. Yeah, see the cars crash into each other. If you've played Smash 4 or Smash Ultimate, the S flag from Rally X was actually added as an item. And it gives you an extra life if you're playing stock or an extra point if you're playing the regular mode. Oh, like I said, I was only going to do both of these ones. Now, I do have a version of Volume 2 for the Namco Museum, because I have it on PS3. I was going to get Volumes 4 and 5, but I think most of the PS1 games were actually removed by Sony by the time I actually tried to do that. Oh yeah, by the way, in case you didn't know, a good portion of the PS1 and PS2 games on PS3 and Vita were removed when Sony implemented the PS Plus changes. Without warning, mind you. It wasn't really reported on much because Sony fans don't actually care about backwards compatibility because they're fucking weird. I'm not exactly a Sony hater here, but I have grown to dislike Sony a lot over the years. They make good exclusives to their consoles. I will give them that. I don't hate their exclusives. Not entirely, at least. I do hate the direction the company has gone in lately. They have made a lot of really, really frustrating and terrible decisions that I don't like, and I will never forgive them for shutting down Japan Studio. Microsoft really isn't any better. Some people may give me shit for being a little more lenient on Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't pissed me off nearly as much. Speaking of, shit, companies to hate on, though, I do hate Epic Games. For a lot of reasons. The main reason is for what they did to the fucking Unreal franchise, just wiping it from existence. Unreal did not deserve to go out like that. And I really don't like the CEO of Epic, Tim Sweeney. Fuck Epic, yep. In fact, for those who follow me on Twitter, you may have seen me dunking on Tim Sweeney in his replies. Trying to pull the high and mighty bullshit about Valve and monopolies and ethics and whatnot. I just asked him point blank, okay, so does this mean you're going to support Linux to give gamers a choice like you said you would? Or was that just another lie so you can swallow up another indie company? Because Epic has a trend of buying indie companies, delisting the games from Steam, and then canceling mod support and Mac and Linux support. I'm assuming the FTC is doing to Epic. I think I heard about it and forgot about it. But I do know Epic doesn't like it. Oh, yeah, they're making Epic refund purchases that were made accidentally in Fortnite. Yeah, fuck Epic Games. Fuck Fortnite. They ruined Rocket League. I didn't even like Fall Guys to begin with, but they ruined Fall Guys too. They also support NFTs and AI, so they can eat a dick. And Tim Sweeney can eat my sweaty ass. Not even in the sexy way, either. Fuck Tim Sweeney. Shit! Now, to be clear, like, I don't want Valve to have a monopoly. The thing is, Valve isn't motivated by finance bro money bullshit. And Gabe Newell is very outspoken against stuff like AI, NFTs, and the metaverse and whatnot. In fact, he actually has outright said most people promoting that stuff don't actually know what they're talking about. Or they're just outright lying. And Valve has a monopoly because they actually offer a really fucking good service. The Steam service is very good, and so is some of their products like the Steam Deck and the Valve Index. If I was going to get a headset, it was going to be an HTC Vive or a Valve Index. Fuck. Yeah, that's basically it, Loza, man. They just thought they would be able to strong-arm Valve into submission. Yeah, Valve isn't actually trying to have a monopoly. It's just a side effect of offering a really, really fucking good service. Valve isn't perfect. They are not saints. I am not going to sit here and pretend that they are with it. They have never made mistakes, because they have. But I trust them over Epic. I do not trust Epic at all. Not with Tim Sweeney in charge. Not with them promoting NFTs and AI. And obviously, I'm never going to forgive Epic for what they did to the Unreal franchise. Unreal Tournament is a very important game to me because it's one of the only games I ever played with my dad. My dad was not very big on video games, but he loved Unreal Tournament, Quake, Doom, Duke Nukem, and Blood. And I watched him play a lot of those games, and we actually played Unreal Tournament together. He doesn't play games anymore. But I have very, very fond memories of playing Unreal Tournament 99 together with him. So Epic just fucking yoinking the entire Unreal franchise from all storefronts, with the only warning being that they had already done it, makes me unreasonably angry. Like, when that happened, I was actually very, very angry. So, that's the main reason why I hate Epic. The Unreal franchise is a legendary FPS franchise. It did not deserve to get yanked out of existence like that. That is not how you treat the series that not only rewrote the rules on multiplayer shooters, but fucking kicked off the engine named after it. Why do they even call it Unreal Engine without Unreal? It might as well just be called the Fortnite engine now. It's so fucking stupid. I love how every other stream I just eventually shit on Epic at some point. We are Epic haters here. I hate that Epic haters is actually just something someone might say without relation to video games. But funny now, with even 100% back to devs, they're still not doing good. No, they are absolutely not. In fact, the Apple v. Epic lawsuit revealed that about 75% of the EGS users don't actually buy any games on it. They grab the free games, and that's it. Which means Epic is actually losing money on the EGS. In fact, if you believe some estimates, Epic is hemorrhaging money because nobody is buying games on the EGS. If it wasn't for Fortnite, they'd probably be out of business. Except for Dead Island 2. It's going to fucking skyrocket in sales once it's available on Steam. If it even comes to Steam. Because that's the thing. Most PC games that are exclusive to EGS end up actually selling well when they come to Steam. And if a game is exclusive to EGS, I just buy it on console. I'm not fucking buying it on Epic. Oh yeah, we're actually in the Pac-Man stuff now. Pac-Man promo. Hold on. Sorry, my sinuses seem a little fucked up. Given away years ago in Japan, 2 coasters of Court. Power food was called Power Pellets in English. Surprise Kingdom Hearts isn't on Steam yet. Oh, blame Square Enix. I don't know what the fuck is up with Square. Talk about a fucking fall from grace, by the way. Square Enix was one of the most highly respected companies in gaming, and they've turned into a fucking laughingstock. I don't know what is going on with Square right now, but that is one of the most disappointing turnovers in video game history. More so than Konami, in my opinion. Yoko as in Yoko Taro? Towel, no longer available. Promotional item for Game Center. Yoko. Yoko Ono. Is it fair to blame Yoko Ono for splitting up the Beatles? Because most people blame her for splitting up the Beatles. Only good games are near anymore in FF14. Bravely Default, those games, the Live Alive remake, and the Octopath and Triangle Strategy are pretty good. So were the Voice of Dragon games. Voice of Cards? Whatever your Yoko Taro's weird JRPG trilogy was. You haven't played the full game, and the FF16 demo was good. I have heard Final Fantasy 16 was pretty good, but I have also heard that it has really, really terrible pacing. And from what I have seen of some people talking about it a few months later, it's actually not very memorable. Gorgeous visuals, amazing soundtrack, really fun gameplay. The story is completely forgettable. From what I've heard, at least. You did love 15. I own Final Fantasy 15. We're actually going to be selling it soon because my brother and I lost interest in it. We never really played it. I like Final Fantasy 12 and 7. Those are the only two mainline games that I've actually played a significant portion of. And I love the Crystal Chronicles game. I love the first Crystal Chronicles game. In fact, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is my favorite Final Fantasy. You played 7 through 10. 7 was actually really good. It just had a really bad localization. I really should sit down and play Final Fantasy X. I really can't stand Titus, though. Is Crystal Chronicles not on Steam? Notebook, out of print. Sold years ago at game centers in Japan. So did game centers in Japan just sell merch for the games? I'm assuming by game centers they mean arcades. Oh god, so much Pac-Man merch. I have a sneaking suspicion this is a fraction of the Pac-Man merch. Final Fantasy X was the first one you played. Do you have a soft spot for it? I need to put my grievances aside and just sit down and play it. I really need to. Pop card had tips printed inside. You're more of a Shin Megami Tensei type. My favorite RPG series, or JRPG series. What is my favorite JRPG series? Wait a minute. What JRPG series have I even played more than 2 games in? For lack of other options, I have to say Xenoblade. Yeah, Xenoblade. That's the only one I've played more than 2 games in. Paper Mario, I've only beaten 2 games. Mario and Luigi, I've only beaten 1. Lunar, I've only beaten 1. No, I haven't beaten any, actually. Tales of, I've only beaten one. Skies of Arcadia and Rogue Galaxy and Radiata Stories are just singular games. I've never played much of Dragon Quest, I've never played much of Persona, I've never played much of Shin Megami Tensei. The only Final Fantasy I've played in its entirety is 7. And I'm not the biggest fan of many of the others. I guess I have played a fair amount of Fire Emblem, but I don't know if I would call that my favorite. I like Fire Emblem and all, but what are the other Xena games? I have played a very tiny amount of Xenosaga Episode 1, and I game overed before I got to the first save point. And I have not actually played Xenogears yet. I did watch Xeno play Xenogears, a good portion of it. And I did watch him play a good portion of Xenosaga Episodes 1 and 2. I watched enough of Xenogears to get the Xenogears reference in Hi-Fi Rush. Because there was a level in Hi-Fi Rush that was cut from the game. And since it was part of the story, they referenced how Xenogears told its story for the cut parts of the final of I think disc 2 to explain what happened in the cut level. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 does kind of spoil it, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to know what you're looking for to get spoiled. Pamphlet, 1980 for sales promotion. So, did you know that Pac-Man was renamed Pac-Man in the US because it vandalized the arcade cabinet and spells out a rude word? I actually don't remember what. I'm trying to quote Scott Pilgrim, and I actually don't remember what Scott even says. By the way, Scott Pilgrim, not a person you're supposed to look up to. If you idolize him, you miss the point of him. On background radio. Of course not, he's an ass. Yeah, well, you only really get that in the comic because... I thought it was Pac-Man with feet for a moment. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, those are hands. In the movie, they shorten it. At least you still have Patrick Bateman. Yeah, about that. If you idolize Scott Pilgrim, Patrick Bateman, the Joker, Rick Sanchez, God, there are other characters that are like that. If you idolize those characters, you miss the point of them. Because you're not supposed to idolize them. T-shirt, no longer available. Color shirt, 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. Sweatshirt, no longer available. 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. No, this is Patrick. Oh, his last name is Star. So, there's another Pac-Man collection on Switch and other platforms called Pac-Man Museum Plus, which is actually a really great collection of Pac-Man games. With the PC board. I would highly recommend it, even if you're not the biggest fan of Pac-Man, because it will actually probably make you like Pac-Man. It gave me a greater respect for the series, because previously I only liked Miss Pac-Man, because that was the one I played the most. But I actually like the Pac-Man games now. I kind of wish that Pac-Man Museum Plus was an actual Namco Museum game where you can actually build your your own little arcade. I'm really annoyed that we just got Pac-Man and nothing else. Because that would have been like a dream game for me, to just have a little Namco arcade room to walk around in. Top display, 1980. It was attached to the top of the cabinet. Screen overlay, 1980. Glass sheet with Pac-Man drawings. Bring back Pac-Man's nose. Speaking of Patrick Bateman, I feel like a lot of people only know him from the memes of the Sigma male grind set and don't actually know that he's a serial killer. I have never seen American Psycho, but I have seen clips from it. He's literally a psychopath. The Sigma male grind set thing that people talk about with him is actually really funny because he's only on the Sigma grind set when he's not actively murdering people. Yeah, like, well, I know you know what he's about. I'm just saying that I feel like a lot of people who posted those Bateman memes weren't actually aware what the movie was about. I know you would know because, you know, you actually have media literacy. Instruction card, 1980. It's actually the arcade game. Showed how to play. No, I've never actually taken the time to look at the stuff in Namco Museum Volume 1. I did that for Volume 3 when I was a kid, but I never did it for Volume 1 when I bought it. Yeah, it's odd. Like, for example, I like Trevor from GTA 5, but not to a point he's very likable. He's a fucking psychopath. Of course you're not supposed to like him that much. I have played enough GTA 5 to know that Trevor is a fucking psychopath. I did not play much of GTA 5, but I did play that. I did play enough to know that. He is kind of the funniest character in the game. But he's funny because he's just psychotic. Yeah, compared to the other two, he's the more memorable of the three. At some point, I might actually stream some of the PS2 GTA games. Because I have the PS2 trilogy, and I barely played them. The most I played is actually GTA 3, funnily enough, not the other two. So I might actually stream them at some point. I might play them off-stream and then stream them when I have time. And I do genuinely want to play GTA 4 because I've heard it's the best one. In fact, I've actually heard it's way better than GTA 5. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm actually about to get to that. The thing that people don't get about GTA is that GTA is not just a game about committing crimes and killing people and fucking prostitutes and doing drugs and whatnot. It's a game, specifically GTA 4, is a game about people being forced into dangerous situations that they do not want to be in. Nico did not want to do anything he does in that game. He came to the US to get away from that, but he got roped into it because his cousin is a fucking moron. And people forget. Yeah, like, it's not just what people say it is, where it's just about committing crimes or being a general nuisance or just being an asshole. There's an actual story and nuance to it. Because CJ just got out of prison, and he's getting roped into all that shit because of Big Smoke. And I don't remember the name of the guy from Vice City. I think his name is Tommy. He's literally being used by the Mafia as a kind of as a scapegoat. So they can, so they don't have to touch the drugs. Tommy Vercetti, yeah. Because they're trying to sell drugs, but they don't want to do it themselves, so they're using Tommy to take the fall guy. That's the word. He's a fall guy. Okay, so yeah, I got a little backwards there. The most I know of the series is from GTA 4 because it had the best written story. Well, that's the thing that annoys me about how people react to GTA is it's actually trying to make a point. True, but Vice City is also kind of a reference to a lot of 80s media, where usually they were just fucking psychopaths. Kiryu is his first name, by the way. Listen, man, not Kazuma. But true. Though, Kiryu was not a member of the Yakuza. He never killed anyone. That's the thing a lot of people forget. He's not a true member of the Yakuza. Most of the games are him leaving the Yakuza and getting forced back into it. He has never killed anyone. I don't think he has, at least. I need to play the fucking Yakuza series. My god, I need to play through that series. It's just so many games. Technically. Have a use of quotes there. Yeah, I need to actually sit down and play the Yakuza games. I've seen the majority of Zero. And I've seen a lot of Kiwami and a little bit of Yakuza 6. I haven't seen any of those. They're fine. They survived. See, just because you shoot person in gameplay does not mean they are dead. It just means they took heavy damage. They're fine, actually, because the writers say they're fine. And clearly that is the only evidence you need. Watch for Pinky. Blinky chases. Pinky ambushes. Inky scares easily. Clyde isn't very smart. Use one-way paths near the ghost box. Ghosts can only travel in one direction. Use them wisely. Pac-Man can make sharper turns when ghosts are near him. Pac-Man will travel faster when there are no pellets in his path. Use these to your advantage. Fruit treats appear when Pac-Man eats a certain amount of pellets. Sorry, a certain amount of pellets. Munch these for bonus points. Power pellets will allow Pac-Man to eat the ghosts. He will also travel faster when the ghosts are blue. Same goes for Dynasty Warriors. Not killed, but are Kate. Why didn't it show up as a link? Links are supposed to be disabled. I am amazed that Twitch is so fucked with the text boxes that anything can show up as a link, even if it's not an actual URL. Well, it's showing up as a link on my end, but I'm just very confused because, like, nothing should be showing up as links unless you're a moderator, or me, or a VIP. I'm not giving Elizabeth shit for it. I'm just very confused why that's even showing up as a link at all, because subs shouldn't be able to post links. You're a VIP? Yeah, yes, and you're not the one who posted a link. Yeah, like, Elizabeth, you're fine. It's just... I'm very confused how that even showed up as a link, because that should just be 3 asterisks. It's no big deal. Like how fucking blurry this version is. You're going to jail? Yeah, actually, sorry, Lizardman, you're going to gay baby jail. Stop right there, criminal scum! You violated the law. Now pay your court fine and serve your sentence. Stolen goods are now forfeit. I think I butchered the line a little bit. Then pay with your blood. Immediately jumps into water and runs away, and then runs back. Why won't you die? Oh! Oh! Have you heard of the High Elves? Oh! Oh! It's funny you mentioned that, Bal. I actually bought the DLC for Oblivion on Xbox 360, and I'm very tempted to play it, because I've been playing a fair bit of 360 lately. I'm going to get the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 3 on 360, and I'm probably going to do vanilla playthroughs of both Oblivion and Fallout 3 on 360, and then replay both of them on PC with mods. A lot of people don't like the leveling system in Oblivion. Good God, loud-ass engines outside. Yeah, and for good reason. It wouldn't be so bad if levels were static like Morrowind, but since everything levels with you, you really do have to min-max if you don't want to fall behind. Oof. But of course, you'll fall behind anyways. I just went through a ghost. Did anyone else say that? I just went through a ghost. What the fuck? I have never seen that before in Pac-Man. No clip activated. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to Starfield at some point. The worst thing about Starfield for me is that there's only humans. The Expanse has shown how to do good sci-fi with only humans. I would not call Starfield to be on the same level as The Expanse. I'm sure there will be mods that rectify that. Oops, I didn't mean to grab that. Honestly, Bethesda should just make an RPG with only beast races. Just give us furries. That's all anyone wants. I am very confident that there will be absolutely nobody complaining about a Bethesda RPG with just furries. I am 100% confident there is no way anybody would complain about something like that. Especially not from a Bethesda RPG. I have never heard of anyone complaining about something like that in a Bethesda RPG. I'm going to die. Oh, I'm alive. My, theory for why everybody gave Starfield shit for the pronouns picker, but didn't give Baldur's Gate 3 shit for the gender picker, is because, Starfield is a Bethesda RPG, which is a Dude Bros RPG. Because everybody knows Bethesda. They made Skyrim and Fallout 4, and they made Skyrim. Also, it's a first-party Microsoft game and a big Xbox thing, and Xbox gamers are the dumbest sacks of shit on the planet. No offense. But the reason why nobody cared about Baldur's Gate 3 is because D&D is 100% more queer than any other RPG could ever hope to be. I don't know if I would call Baldur's Gate 3 indie, but I personally believe that D&D just is more queer. I mean, one of the trailers had Astarion fucking a druid. And keep in mind, the druid is male, and the druid also transformed into a bear. That's just what happens in D&D. That's not a weird thing to see in D&D. In fact, if the players in a D&D campaign aren't trying to fuck every living thing they come across, it's not real D&D. Granted, the druid is the bear is actually a person and not a bear. I don't know if that really makes it any less weird. It's still funny. Especially because of how into it Astarion was. Well, fuck you, Clyde. I need to play more Baldur's Gate 3. I've been trying to avoid using my Steam library so much. So that way my other girlfriend can play Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm probably going to start asking if I can actually use my library. Well, not asking, it's my library, so I really get to say, but I'm probably going to actually start seriously using it, because I would like to play Baldur's Gate 3 soon. I'm kind of in between games at the moment. We have 2 games. I'm actually impressed I've been able to pad this out enough for 2 hours. Alright. Here we go. Galaga. One of my favorite games ever. I like the lack of merch. I fucking love Galaga. Yeah, that one mod was supposed to remove the gender picker, but the thing is with Starfield is if you don't actually pick a gender, it defaults to non-binary, and the guy was really confused why he was non-binary. I know it's a dog whistle and all that, but, like, I don't understand how people can be so fucking stupid that they don't know what a pronoun is. I dare you to make a sentence addressing me that refers to both yourself and myself and maybe another person that does not use pronouns without being awkward. They drank the anti-woke Kool-Aid. Yeah, exactly. You literally have to fail 3rd grade English. Not even 3rd grade English, it's like 1st grade English. To not know what a fucking pronoun is. Fucking Schoolhouse Rock had a whole song on what a pronoun is. Pronouns, the basic pronouns, are I, you, me, myself, yourself, themselves, they, them, he, him, she, her, herself, and himself. There are other pronouns in that, but those are the basic pronouns. That's all a pronoun is. And these people are out here acting like a pronoun is a mental illness or something. And I don't understand how you can say that with a straight face and not sound like a psychopath. Like, I want to pick pronouns. How do you refer to yourself? I'm male. Then fucking pick he, him, and shut the fuck up. That's the cool part. They do sound like psychopaths. You're not wrong. Playing Twilight Princess right now, and I actually did the early claw shot trick first try rather than 40th try. Congrats, Zeno. Yeah, it's just insane. The scariest part is that these people are saying the most batshit insane bullshit, and other people are going, yes, I agree with that. Like, what the fuck happened? I know what actually happened. Fucking Trump happened. By the way, fun facts. Just something to mull over for the rest of the night. The age group that is most likely to fall for conspiracy bullshit and alt-right bullshit and QAnon bullshit and other batshit insane stuff is also the same age group that is most likely dealing with lead poisoning. Just something to think about. Because lead poisoning in the human population, specifically in the American population, affects people aged, I think it was like 40 to 60. Which is also the age group that falls for conspiracy theories the most. Yeah, they're also like injecting bleach or something because Trump said so. I actually don't know if anyone did that, but I cannot believe the man suggested that with a straight face. That should have been the clear sign that he shouldn't have been holding the nuclear codes. Pamphlet, 1981, for sales promotion. Honestly, with the Trump presidency, there were several moments that should have been the thing that tipped people off that, hey, maybe he wasn't worth following. There were so many incidents, and not a single one of them did anything. And that's probably the most frustrating part of America. Babe, that's exactly what I said. I was just referencing that. Yeah, or those two things. See, the thing is, we can always think of another thing that should have ended his run. Nothing did. I don't understand. I just don't. Let's try to avoid, like, the actual political aspect of this, but just, like, this is stuff that happened. I don't understand how nobody just thought, hey, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. Oh yeah, the media, even the more liberal media, were definitely part of the problem. He has a semi-decent shot at winning. However, it's very likely he's going to try to tell people not to vote. Or somehow get people to not vote because they don't trust the election. Or he's going to split the vote for Republicans so badly that no Republican is going to win. Top display was attached to the top of the cabinet. Screen overlay, glass panel with drawings of the game. How's Namco Museum going? It's going. I'm actually impressed I made it to 2 hours and have not finished Volume 1. Of course, I spent most of the time talking. But I am trying to actually show everything that's in Namco Museum. Because, I mean, the whole point of me showing off games during my Sunday streams is to try to show people the stuff so they don't necessarily need to get the games themselves, so they can see most of it. That's what I like to do. That's something that I would naturally do anyways, is just looking at everything. Because I want to see everything. But it's also mostly because I'm just talking a lot. As soon as you shoot all of a formation, the next one will appear. Let some enemies live to delay the next formation. If you are all the way in the corner, enemies will trap you. Beware. When your dual fighter takes a hit, it will return a normal fighter. Challenge stage. Memorize the formation so you know where to go for each set that flies by. Galaga is one of my favorite games. Fucking love Galaga. My favorite port of Galaga that isn't just trying to be the arcade version is the Atari 7800 port. I like it more than the NES port. The NES port doesn't feel right. The Atari port does feel right, though. Let's see if I do any better in this one than the others. We got a couple of them in Chicago, listen, man. I seem to remember you said you lived not necessarily in Chicago, but in the Chicago-ish area. If you at least live in Illinois, there is Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield. It's not a bar, but it does have a shitload of arcades. If you can make a trip to Chicago, I can recommend Logan Arcade. That is a bar that has machines, and they actually cycle the machines out every now and then. They even have Mortal Kombat tournaments every Monday. I have never been to Indianapolis. Okay. So, then Logan... Shit. Logan Arcade in Chicago is, probably going to be a bit of a trip. But probably would be worth it for you. It's the most well-known barcade in the, country. City. I meant city. City. It's up there. I have never been there, but I've been wanting to go there. They have pinball tables, arcade machines, they have weekly tournaments, and they cycle some of the machines out every now and then. They also have an official Animal Crossing island. And we were just thinking of one back in Louisville, or... Is it Louisville or Louisville? It had a few. Well, it was dark and dingy, but it kind of was... What was nice? Yeah, can't talk tonight. Yeah. Funny thing is about a barcade, though, if I was going to go to one, I don't drink. I don't know if I've actually mentioned that much on stream, but I do not drink. I have no interest in drinking, so if I'm going to a bar, I'm going there for one of three reasons. One, it's a barcade, and I'm going there for the arcade machines. Two, it's a pub, and I'm going there for the food. Or three, someone else is going with me. But I do not drink myself. Fuck. There's a really good restaurant downtown called Miller's Pub that I've only been to once or twice, and it was a very long time ago. And I am now thinking about their burgers. There's also the Tilted Kilt, which is kind of like Hooters, except the wait staff wear kilts. Is it sexist? Probably. They have good food. I distinctly remember they have really fucking good burgers. Yeah, I just don't drink. I think one of my medications is actually, affected by alcohol. So I can't drink. I don't really have an interest in drinking anyways. I've also, seen what, alcohol can do to people. So, I'd much rather not partake in it myself. Yep, finally a Galaga. It's taken fucking forever. I apologize, I've been talking so much. God damn it. As you can see, I've lasted a bit longer than this and the others. You can tell which one I played the most. I fucking love this game. There we go, there's an extra life. Jet. Zachary, what's your favorite Namco game, if you don't mind me asking? In fact, everyone in chat, just say your favorite Namco game. Yeah, Namco arcade game. Yes, you can say Soul Calibur or Tekken. Those are arcade games. My favorite Namco arcade game is what I'm playing right now, Galaga. As much as I love Soul Calibur 2, as much as I love Time Crisis, I love Galaga a little bit more. Dig Dug is also a very close second. Fuck. So Calibur, Pac-Man, Tekken. Which Tekken? Oh. Oh boy. Tag Tournament 2. Fairly confident they had an arcade version. Well, if it's fair, I guess it's just okay. It did? Oh, well. I think Tekken 7 had an arcade version, and the arcade version actually had Roger Jr. in it. Who is the only character that was in the arcade version that was not in the console version. I think there was supposedly some concerns over animal abuse, but Harada has a habit of saying things sarcastically, so I think it's unclear. I think Tekken 8 will be the first Tekken game to not have an arcade version, actually. Because arcades are dying out everywhere. All true statements. Yeah, that's the thing about Harada, is you actually can't take him for his word, because he just says shit. And then has to walk it back later because people didn't realize he was joking. He does that all the time. Galaga 88 and Mappy. Interesting choices, hon. I was not expecting that. Yeah, we're talking purely arcade games. Galaga and Dig Dug are my favorites. What a cool guy. I hate him. I still love that Harada actually entered a Tekken tournament and fucking lost. And people were joking that, imagine if you enter a game tournament and the fucking game director is just your opponent, you beat his ass, and then he starts taking notes. Because after he lost the tournament, he announced on Twitter that there would be some balance changes to the game. It had nothing to do with his loss, but the timing was fucking amazing. Alright, the last game of the collection. So I'm going to warn you all now. If I remember correctly, there are some flickering lights and strobe effects in the upcoming room. So, now is your warning. Pole Position Strategy Guide. Small book given away to players years ago in Japan. The goggles, they do nothing. The masks, they do nothing. I need to clarify that I am referring to, is it a good idea to microwave this, not COVID. I hate that I have to make that clear. I am quoting, is it a good idea to microwave this? God, I can't even make jokes anymore without shit like that. That's also the worst part about the conversation we had earlier. I can't say unhinged shit to make fun of some people because they actually say it seriously. I can't even make jokes about Jewish space lasers because someone actually said that and they weren't joking. Comedy is dead. Satire is dead, and we sit on its corpse like a throne. The future sucks. Where's my damn self-tying shoelaces? Nothing is real, everything is pointless. Please, Picasso is dead, Walt Disney is dead, Steve Jobs is dead. Who's Steve Jobs? Pop card, placed on the side of the cabinet. Okay, so, like... I don't want to host this show no more. I can believe that, hon. I can absolutely believe that. My favorite Steve Harvey bit isn't even from Steve Harvey. It's from a parody gamer webcomic making fun of what Family Feud is like. And it's just, what game would you not want your wife to walk in on you playing? Brrr, meat and fuck kingdom, Steve. Meat, huh? Pamphlet, 1983, for sales promotion. What the hell is that emote, Lizard Man? I have never seen that before. Action seat. This is a pamphlet about the action seat attached to the arcade game. Excuse me, action seat? There was a channel called Super Deluxe that had a series of Family Feud edits and they were amazing. I have never heard of this. I actually played on a Pole Position 2 cabinet that was at the community center in Indiana where I took swimming lessons. Also had plenty of 2016 election stuff that were also fucking hilarious, but the channel shut down and deleted everything. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hate when that happens. Thank you for the pipe, Zeno. The piece, are you bored? Screen overlay, glass sheet with game drawings. Instruction card, 1982. Why is that one 1982 and the others were 1983? Attached to the arcade game. It showed how to play. So yeah, once again, just warning y'all, I believe this room has flashing images in it, and I am fairly confident part of the pole position logo uses strobe effects. So, I am just warning you now. I may be remembering the rooms from Volume 3, where there's a fair amount of them that use flickering images. Getting started. Before you start, shift into low gear and step on the gas. Change gears at 160 kilometers per hour. Straight lines. When you are accelerating, try to keep the car going straight. Don't turn too sharp. Stay in the middle of the road. Cornering. If you turn too fast, you will crash and lose precious time. Learn when to brake. Learn when to hit the gas out of a turn. Thank you for telling me how to do that. Thank you for telling me when to brake and when to hit the gas. Excuse me. Memorize. You must learn where and when to enter each turn. Even professional drivers must do this. Yeah, stream is also slightly darker than what I'm seeing. Alright, here we go. Okay, so the room, I was thinking about the one from Volume 3. However, this does have strobe effects. Pretty confident. I think it was edited in later releases. They really didn't care back then. Yeah, I apologize. There's a reason there's a flashing lights warning on the title. Oh, it's not prepared to qualify. Nobody cared about flashing lights until that Pokemon episode with Porygon. Rip anime Porygon. Keep in mind, this arcade game came out in, 1980, something. So this is actually pretty impressive for the time. This is a port of the game, though, and uses different, hardware effects. Don't watch the Quake 3 opening cinematic in a dark room. Worst mistake of my life. Yeah, we're gonna give that one more go. Also references to the 80s The 80s what? There was a Pac-Man cartoon? Actually doesn't surprise me. Oops. Was it any good, hun? I cannot imagine the answer is yes. I have never heard of the 80s Pac-Man cartoon, so I'm very surprised to learn of this. It was decent. I'm just blowing up on everything. It's a stone, Luigi. You didn't make it. Actually, not like meatballs. That's about the extent of my knowledge of Super Mario World. I never watched Super Mario World, but I did watch the Super Show and Super Mario 3. I actually have the Shout Factory complete sets of both shows. Super Mario Bros. 3 wasn't completely terrible. A fair amount of the songs are really cringy. But some of the episodes were fine. I actually love Super Show. I think Super Show is genuinely good, and I will not stand for this for the slander that people give it. I like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Captain Lou Albano and Danny Wells were amazing as Mario and Luigi. It actually had a really fucking good voice cast. Like, everyone was good. Yeah, like, I have seen people shit on Super Show, and I'm like, you will not do that in my presence. I will not stand for this slander. The Super Show was amazing. It had its problems. Like every Deke animation show, it had its problems. There were tons of animation goofs. There's one specific scene that I can remember where Toadstool is talking, but Luigi's mouth is moving. Dick. I'm not gonna look at everything here. I'm just gonna swap games in a moment. But we have a... What the fuck is this? Oh, this is the high score list. If you mock the Super Show Brothers Super Show, or Super Mario Brothers Super Show, you go to hell before you die. Exactly. I'm just going to show a little bit here. There's a little jukebox, where you can play music from the games. This is the official Namco history. You can look at every Namco game released up until that point. And issues of the Namco magazine. And amusements. I believe that is the credits. No, that's the credits. But one of the things you can look at is the booklets that were given out to business owners. So that way they could pick from the amusement attractions, which mostly were Namco stuff, obviously, to put in their businesses. Alright, so we are moving on to Volume 3. Give me a sec here. Doing that a little loudly on purpose so you guys can hopefully get a little ASMR of me moving stuff. Though unfortunately I have a noise suppressor, so I don't know how much of that you guys actually heard. Give it a sec. So Volume 3 is the one that I had growing up. It was the only one we had growing up. Like not 2 decades later, like a decade later, I ended up getting it for, or getting Volume 1. You had 1 and 3. Basically, everyone had 1 and 3. They were the only ones to reach greatest hit status, so they were by far the easiest ones to find. Volumes 2, 4, 5, and 6, or 4 and 5, did not reach greatest hit status, so they're much harder to get a hold of. Much rarer. And Encore never released here. All 5 plus Encore were on the PSN, but I don't think you can get them anymore. Thanks, Sony. This one actually has little intros for all the games, which I think is really cool. So this is the one I'm particularly nostalgic for, because it's the one I had growing up. God, I love Dig Dug. I like how they couldn't think of anything for Fozon, so this is Fozon's intro. So we will be playing the secret game. When are we getting to, by the way, flickering light warning. I apologize. Yes, I know my name's already on the thing. No smoking in the museum, but feel free to take pictures. Please do not touch the items with your hands. Alright, let me just get out of that. So as you can see, this is a little more detailed than the last one. So we'll be doing them left to right, which means we're getting some of the flickering lights out of the way. So if I remember correctly, pole position 2, Boson, and Miss Pac-Man are the ones we have to worry about. So again, I apologize, turn the brightness down if you have to, do whatever you need. There's not much I can do about it on my end. Pole Position 2 pamphlet, 1983, for sales promotion. It showed a sample of each race course and pictures of a crash. PC board. The dip switches are on the face of the board. You can see the default settings with the scope icon. Pole Position 2 instruction card, 1983. Attached to the arcade game. It showed you how to play. Well, it seems like they improved the visuals of this one. There's the how to play and the tips. We're not going to read those. And there's the flickering. I want to know what's behind that staff room. An itch on my fucking beard. Happens to be right next to the mic. Alright, where are we? There we go. Again, I apologize. There's not much I can do about it. Well, I qualified. Ow. God, I'm getting hungry, and all I can think about are the damn tacos. Once I get the cables to stream from an Xbox 360, I'm very much looking forward to streaming Xbox games. I am playing American McGee's Alice off stream, and I probably will stream it again. Or stream another playthrough of it. Once I get those cables I need. And there's a Midway compilation on Xbox 360 that I want to stream. Excuse me. American McGee's Alice in Chains. We're gonna do... I've never done Wonder, so we're gonna do Wonder. You know, the, it's not the same without the that, the actual arcade version has. Yeah, I've been feeling weirdly nostalgic for the, 360 lately, even though I did not have one growing up. I didn't get one until after I graduated high school. But, like, I just really want to play in the 360. And I picked a perfect fucking time because they're going to kill it off. So I gotta haul ass and get games for it, which is what I've been trying to do. We'll probably get a Series X at some point, but the whole Microsoft and Sony bullshit that we've been, hearing about lately has actually made me and Zeno not very enthusiastic about the, new consoles. So we're not actually sure if we're even going to get them now. Like, the games industry is just so exhausting now. It sucks. Everything about it sucks. I do not know what's going on out there, but I would like it to stop. Hana, I would prefer you not joke about that. Don't get us in trouble. So this is Fozon. Fozon's kind of weird.
No.
I like it. It's pretty weird. It is also on Switch and PS4 because it actually came to Arcade Archives. It's okay, for every person who cares, there's like 10,000 who don't. Yeah, that's... Photon's chemistry. Oh, it's more like a puzzle game, really. Pozon Pamphlet, 1983, for sales promotion. You guys remember that episode of Jimmy Neutron where Jimmy made the addictive candy? Doesn't it kind of look like the Fozons? Now, the funny thing, Elizabeth, is that there are people who would actually say the other consoles are better than the Switch. But the people who I've seen say that are acting like the Switch sucks because it can't do 4K. And I'm like, who gives a shit? It's got better games. Here's the Fozon pamphlet. Oh, they really improved the loading times. Especially now that most Xbox and PlayStation games are coming to PC. Well, to be frank, most Switch games are also on PC. It's just not the first-party games. I use my Xbox Series X more than my other consoles, though I've been playing a couple things on PS2 as well. I use my Switch more than anything else. I've not been using my Steam Deck lately because I've been letting my other girlfriend play Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm probably going to start using my Steam library soon. But I've been using the 360 a lot lately. Ah, yeah, okay. I see what we mean. Basically, just use your Switch for Splatoon when you play online. I basically use it all the time. There's not a day that goes by where I don't use my Switch. It's like, I'm just basically always playing games in my free time to keep my mind busy. So I'm playing puzzle games or retro games. I've been playing a lot of F-Zero 99. If I'm not playing that, I'm playing Warframe, or Monster Hunter, or Splatoon, or Mario Kart. Probably going to be playing Animal Crossing again. I just really like the Switch. Oh god. All the yawns tonight. Yeah, I'm so eepy. So eepy. You're playing Halo, baby? But are you the Joker, baby? Boson instruction card, 1983. Attached to the arcade game. It showed you how to play. Oh, you're John Halo. Halo is a pretty cool guy. He's tough and doesn't afraid of anything. So for this, they actually had proper photographs of the objects instead of the weird shit they did for the first volume. Boson pop card, placed on the side of the cabinet to identify the new game. Boson poster. It's basically the same as the pamphlet. Flickering lights warning. By the way, speaking of that banned episode of Pokemon with Porygon, I do actually own a home video version of it. We have some CDs that are only playable on PC that have the Japanese audio versions of the Pokemon anime, and one of the discs actually has the Porygon episode on it. I have never watched it. I don't think I want to, because flashing lights do bother me. So this is Fozon. I'm going to assume that most of you have not seen this game before, because this is like... shit. A forgotten Namco game. I like Fozon. I wouldn't necessarily say it's worth hunting down, but I do like it. Excuse me. This is the extent of the gameplay for the most part, aside from the bonus stages. What difficulty are we going to play on? Whatever the default difficulty is. Shit! No, we're not playing on heroic. We're playing on normal. Fuck! There we go. Yay, World 1 clear. No, not legendary. Alright. Press buttons! Fuck! Yeah, buy one of those Duke controllers so you can play in style. Feel sneeze. Oh, the fucking yawn interrupted the sneeze. Oh god. I just wanted to sneeze. But I can't sneeze no more. Alright, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Alright, I might actually end as soon as we get through all the arcade games. Because I'm actually getting quite pretty hungry. Tacos are not as filling as I thought they would be, so clearly I should have nachos instead. Alright, we're gonna play the hidden game after we play Tower of Drago, but first. It was a board game? Fuck? Tower of Drago board game, 1985. It was the first fantasy board game using Namco's characters. The goal is to collect the items to kill the enemies and go to the top floor. Metal figures were included. The Tower of Drago instruction card, 1984. Attached to the arcade game, it's... Oh, it showed the sword can be swung and held in that position. It's like, what the fuck is that word? Save me, Mr. Gill. Fucking button, trying to find the start button. Ugh, my fucking eyes are messed up. Fuck allergies, by the way. Yeah. So, I just briefly Discord for a moment. I wanted to check Kohai's server because Kohai did the one chip challenge earlier. And I think the chip went through his system because he's complaining that his ass is on fire now. God damn it, Kohai. Tower of Drago. Here, I come! Make way, cut down the slimes. Splat. Oh, it's the key. Whack. Pat, pat, pat. With this key, I can go upstairs. Bomb, bomb. I found the treasure box. Click. Never turn your back on black magic. Save me, Mr. Gill. Die, you evil Draga. To be continued. Oh, don't fuck with spicy chips. The day after the Ghost Pepper Chips stream, I had a very unpleasant morning. Tower of Drago pamphlet, 1984 for sales promotion. I like Tower of Drago. Tower of Drago sales sheet, 1984. It showed sample tips. The Tower of Draga Pop. Placed on the side of the cabinet to identify the new game. That's the board game. Tower of Draga is actually pretty popular. Tower of Draga PC board. The dip switches are on the face of the board. You can see the default settings with the scope icon. Tower of Draga buttons for Key, Gil, and Quax. Goes to how to play it. Tips. The Tower of Draga figure. A keychain with a figure of Gil containing dice. Why does it contain dice? Exactly? Hey, yo, what them grippers do. I need to stop saying that because I'm worried eventually it's going to stop being a joke. When I was young, I didn't know you had to, or you could hold the sword out. So, I thought you had to press the button to kill the enemies. Get ready, player 1, floor 2. Is this the first roguelike? Andy? I have my sword out. Guess not. No, it worked there. The only problem with this game is you move pretty damn slow. So we're not going to play this a second time because of the hidden game. Which... Give me a moment. Got to look the thing up first. There we go. There's another thing you can do here. Again, apologies. Gil wins. Alright. So I was inputting a cheat code so you can play another tower, which is a harder version of Tower of Draga. The secret extra game. What the fuck? I've never had this happen so much before. Shout out to when Namco had this one website where they were doing webcomics based off of their properties that started with the Tower of Draga webcomic. And there was a Klonoa one as well, and then Namco just killed all of them. Oh! Do they do damage while they're moving? Is that it? I probably have to get them while they're standing still. Okay. So yeah, as soon as we finish all the games and to show off the theater, because this game has a theater instead of a lounge, I am going to end stream because I am very hungry and I would like more tacos or nachos. I'm probably gonna make nachos. Excuse me. Sorry, my brain just has the zoomies right now. Externally, I am sitting mostly still. Internally, I am running laps around, a track. I never got that far in Bates and Kaitos. Funny you mentioned that, though, because Xeno, ordered the remaster for Switch, so I will actually play the game at some point. Gotcha. Running laps around your enrichment enclosure. Pretty much. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Seems the black slimes move quicker than the green ones. Okay, that'll do it. Fuck. There was one time, we bought some toys for Peaches that he was just not touching in his cage. And I once caught my mom lecturing him. The bird was just staring at her and she was like, "Play with your toys. It's good for you. It's called enrichment." And he just stared at her. Hun, are those the cards that require you to wait literally a week in-game? Because I do know there are cards in Bates and Kaitos. Yeah, okay, I figured. Bates and Kaitos 100% speedruns are absolutely insane, because in order to get 100%, you have to leave the game open for a week straight to get those cards. There were actually Bates and Kaitos 100% speedrunners that were getting banned from Twitch because they would leave the game up for a week and then leave the stream. There was some controversy over whether or not it was right to ban them, but I mean, they would just put the game up, get to that point, leave the game on and stream on, and then just leave stream. So it was just nothing for a week. Right? You remember Thrice mentioning that when he was streaming it? A little bit about. That's the big yawn. Galaxian screen overlay. Glass sheet with game drawings. Galaxian top display was attached to the top of the cabinet. I'm getting hungry, so I'm probably going to speed this up a little bit so I can eat. Galaxian pamphlet, 1979. God damn. For sales promotion. God, we actually got a 70s game in here. I forgot about that. Galaxian instruction card, 1979. Attached to the arcade game. It showed you how to play. Galaxian, the original poster artwork. What is your favorite tech aesthetic? Like, from a decade or period? I think I've asked this before, and I think I've answered it before. Mine is faux wood on 70s tech. Like the Atari 7800 or 2600 Note stereos. I love the faux wood. Galaxian Special Arcade Machine. The speaker is positioned on top. PC board and monitor are inside. Galaxian sticker, 1979, attached to the side of the cabinet. Also, the see-through colored plastic from 90s stuff. This one's so cool. Probably late 2000s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm not very good at Galaxian. I played Galaxian before Galaga, I think. Shit. I feel like this is just intended to be a competitor to Space Invaders. Ooh, excuse me, I don't know where that came from. So you like Starfield? I mean, fuck. I like the look of old tech, and that's probably why I liked the Bethesda Fallouts. I don't know about Fallout 1 and 2 because I didn't play them for very long, but I like the idea of a society that technologically never progressed past the 1950s. That was able to go beyond what was capable of the 1950s. There's actually a term for it, retro-futuristic sci-fi. I think it is very cool. I do not think the 1950s are something we should emulate for other reasons, but I do think the aesthetic is cool. So I like how out of all the games I've played, the only one where I was able to last more than a couple rounds in was Galaga, the one I've played the most. The part of it is I'm talking to you guys, so makes it a little difficult. NASA Punk. The clear craze is the see-through aesthetic in retrofuturism. But going down the middle. Yeah, I missed the clear aesthetic too. Shit. There's a very popular set of Joy-Con mods for the Switch that make them have the clear plastic that the N64 and Game Boy Color had back in the day. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Some thought it was shoddy, but you liked it. I liked it too. I thought it was really cool. I actually have a see-through Game Boy Color, the one that I wanted when I was a kid that I never got. I actually bought it like a year ago. It's the Atomic Purple Game Boy Color. I really wanted that when I was a kid, but I never got to get it. I finally got it. I also have the Atomic Purple N64 controller, which has been my N64 controller since I was a kid. I don't use it anymore because the stick is wearing down, so I use a Retro Fighters controller instead. We got flickering lights again, and that'll be the last we see of it tonight. Miss Pac-Man Soft Toys. Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man Soft Toys, which were available long ago. Very informative. I didn't have any of the clear stuff yourself, or you didn't have any of the clear stuff yourself, but your grandparents had a transparent Mac. Speaking of really want this old Lego set as a kid, decided to look online. Geez, it's expensive. Legos are fucking expensive. If I had the money and the space, I would probably be collecting Legos. I do not. Do not have either. This Pac-Man saves America. Hey guys, you need to use the bathroom? I think it's occupied. Pac-Man's just trying to shit. Damn, bitch, you live like this? If it's on Lego sets to take up most of the space in your room. By the way, fuck At Games. They murdered Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man's family. Literally took them all back out and shot them. I was dead. I used to play Miss Pac-Man on my Genesis, or on my sister's Genesis, all the time as a kid. Rob, give. I meant to go down. Nice. Act 1, they meet. I guess just accept my fate. I think all that's left is Dig Dug. And I'm gonna end stream and get food because I am hungry. Yep, that didn't mean to do that. Lego Sail and Fly Marina. I remember when Lego didn't have license sets. No, license sets. Good God. I remember when Lego didn't have license sets and it was just like Captain Redbeard and the moon sets, I think. Moonbase. The ones that Lego Racers were based on, because Lego Racers actually featured characters from actual Lego sets at the time, before they got licensed ones. I think we've got parts to some of them somewhere. But now Lego mostly does licensed stuff. They do have original stuff. They have Lego City. And I hear Lego City Undercover is actually a really good game. I need to actually get it. They have Lego Ninjago. Fuck. They had Bionicle for a while. Bionicle was amazing. And then they fucking butchered it, took it out back and shot it, and then pretended it never existed. Bionicle saved Lego, and the way Lego treated Bionicle after that is a travesty. I'm not aware of any furry Lego sets. I haven't kept up with Lego in a while. I didn't exactly grow out of Lego, I just didn't have the space to put the sets anymore. I love Lego. Lego is like the best fucking toy in existence. But I don't have the space. The only Lego set I have in my room currently is a Lego Sears Tower that I bought from a Barnes & Noble. One of the architecture sets. Because it's small and doesn't take up much space. Excuse me. So when I was a kid, this is where I spent most of my time in this game. I had more than a few Bionicle sets back in the day. Not any full sets, but for the most part, it was just gotten the Star Wars stuff. I used to like Star Wars. I'm not as big on it anymore. Dig Dug, Cap of Puka. I want that hat. I really want that hat. Dig Dug instruction card, 1982. Attached to the arcade game. Showed you how to play. That's what I will do. This image Star Wars dropped off. It kind of did. I don't like the sequel trilogy. Not for the reasons most people don't like them, because those are some stupid fucking reasons. I don't like them because they didn't have a plan going in. Dig Dug Pop Card, placed on the side of the cabinet to identify the new game. I have heard The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka show are pretty good. And apparently they're remaking Clone Wars as a live-action show for some reason. Dig Dug's Strategy Guidebook, 1982. Sold years ago at game centers in Japan. Oh, cool. I don't remember ever interacting with this. I genuinely hope that it's just a false rumor, Spike. Genuinely. God. I'm so sick of Disney at this point. One of my friends on Facebook, I heard about it for a friend I'm about to bring up. I have a friend on Facebook who's very into Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney. He is a delightful person, but I wish he posted a little bit less about those things, because he's extremely into them. He is a wonderful, sweet, adorable man, but he is annoyingly into Disney. I love him with all my heart, but I am sick of seeing his Disney posts. He is the one who posted something about a live-action remake of the Clone Wars, and I really hope it's not true. He's also how I heard they were possibly doing a live-action remake of The Nightmare Before Christmas. I used to like Disney. I do not like them anymore. Dig Dug, Wind Up, Puka. It hops around when wound up. Dig Dug, Puka Balloon. They were large and small sizes. Okay, I want one of these. Of the little Pukas. Dig Dug top display. This was attached to the top of the cabinet. Dig Dug screen overlay. Glass sheet with game drawings. Oh, we're actually making it pretty close to 11, so... I am impressed that I was able to drag this out for 4 hours. What the fuck? No more live-action remakes. Exactly. Well, exactly. I do not want more live-action remakes. Stop making worse versions of existing films. Thing is, when they got lightning in a bottle, they have no idea how to use it. Or how to sue it. They don't know how to sue it either. Let's be real. Dig Dug buttons. There were 3 kinds of buttons. Dig Dug and Puka, Fygar, and Puka. Same art was also used for stickers. DuckTales. Whoa. I've heard the DuckTales cartoon was actually pretty good. Like, I've heard it was actually very good. I actually kind of want to watch it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Disney and Warner Brothers have been... and Netflix have been canceling shows left and right. Really, the good ones are the ones they've been canceling. I think, Disney was the one who can't... Was it Disney or Warner Brothers that canceled the Owl House? I forget what network that was on. Oh, speaking of Disney cartoons, I really want to watch Gravity Falls. I have heard nothing but good things about Gravity Falls. It was Disney. Okay. I've also heard good things about the Owl House. And I also want to watch Over the Garden Wall. I am very behind on cartoons. I've also heard Cartoon Network's OKKO is pretty good. I've seen a few clips from it, and they're fucking hilarious. So, fun fact about Dig Dug. What you're meant to do with these guys is just stand there and pump them full of air. However, if you take a step forward between each pump, you can actually do it slightly faster. Oh yeah, OKKO is great and did crossovers really well, like Sonic and Captain Planet. God damn, that is a name I haven't heard in forever. So I talk about Death Battle here and there, because I actually genuinely like Death Battle. The show isn't perfect. It does have a few bad episodes. It's been getting a lot better, though, and I think in the most recent seasons, they have had far more good episodes than bad. In fact, I would say they've hardly had any truly bad episodes. Whoops. One of the worst episodes from the first season of Death Battle was Dig Dug versus Bomberman. Dig Dug won, by the way. The first season of Death Battle is really, really rough. If you want to know exactly how rough it is, when they did Felicia versus Tao Kaka, their reason for Tao Kaka winning partially boiled down to, based on her moveset, Tao Kaka seems a little faster. I just think it's stupid fun, Val. Like, I understand why people don't like it. I think it's stupid fun. Dude, calm down, what the fuck? It's also fun learning about the characters and also how ridiculous power scaling is in video games and comics and anime. And some of the things that they cover is also handled in a really funny way. Like how they actually mentioned one of James Bond's powers is the ability to seduce women extremely easily. Like how he seduced a woman trying to kill him so much she flung herself in front of a bullet to protect him, even though she was literally sent to kill him. Or how they actually mathematically determined how strong Homelander's semen was because he fucked a woman so hard when he ejaculated, his semen shotgunned through her and blew her to pieces. That is an actual thing that happens in the comic version of The Boys. The Boys is fucked up. At some point I want to watch The Boys and Invincible. It is very funny to me how Amazon owns the rights to 2 shows where Lex Luthor's nemesis is the bad guy. I wonder if Jeff Bezos, like, had any, input on that. Or as I like to call him, Lex Loser. Yeah, I really want to watch, Invincible and The Boys. I'm more interested in Invincible. Yeah, like, he probably doesn't give a shit. I do know he actually enjoyed The Expanse, which is part of the reason why he bought the rights to it so the show could finish. That is about the only thing I will respect him for. That he has good taste in sci-fi. I'm still going to eat the rich, though. There's a new Superman. What new Superman series? I don't keep up with TV anymore. I don't actually have any streaming services. I don't watch TV anymore. I just watch Twitch and occasionally watch whatever my mom has on when I'm eating in the living room. You watch episodes on YouTube? Yeah, it's kind of what I do. It's just the episodes are downloaded. And that's all I'll say. The only other thing I'm gonna say is if they really wanted me to watch their shows, let me buy them on DVD or Blu-ray. Once again, you can tell which games I've played more of based on how many rounds I last in them. I was hoping to get the rock faster than him. Oh, now it falls down, bastard. Damn it, that almost worked. Can you play Tribal Hunter? That's not the Vor game, is it? Am I thinking of a different game? Or are you growing so— ah, okay, that one. Yeah, I know what that one is. I have not seen any gameplay of it, but I know some people who play it. I also want to play Property Damage. Because that one looks funny. Yeah, not really my thing. That kind of stuff. There's a Dig Dug 2. There is a Dig Dug 2. There's also a Dig Dug Arrangement. I have played Dig Dug 2 and I have played Dig Dug Arrangement. I have the GameCube collection that has Arrangement in it. And I have Dig Dug 2. I have like 2 or 3 different versions of it on Switch. Because there's a version in the NSO app for NES, there's a version in Namco Museum Archives, I don't know which volume, and there's a version in Arcade Archives. That's the actual arcade version. They just added mod support on Property Damage. Yeah, I remember someone begging users to be normal about it. I just really hope someone doesn't recreate that one Sandy Cheeks art. Don't say what it is. If you know, you know. But I really hope nobody recreates that specific one. Do not look it up. Please just trust me and do not look it up. You do not need to subject yourself to it. There's like 4 furry images on the internet that are like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse for furries, and I've seen 2 of them. I really wish I didn't. One of them is the Sandy Cheeks one. One of them is Spyro at Subway. One of them is a raccoon and a cheese grater, and the less said about that one, the better. And I think the 4th one is Vaporeon in a blender. I don't know why that one's there, because I've seen that one, and it's not that bad. The blender's not even on. I don't know, man. The internet's weird. Yeah, Zeno, furries are strange, man. The Zootopia pregnancy one is fucking weird, but I would not put that there. By the way, the artist who drew that used Seinfeld's apartment. Oh, yeah, Zeno, it's the Zootopia abortion comic. The funny thing about that one is the artist for it, who's a complete fucking scumbag, by the way, used Jerry Seinfeld's apartment from the Seinfeld show as a reference for the apartment in that. Oh, it's a library and a theater. Okay. So we got illustrations for the various games. More of the Namco magazines. He's just sitting here trying to do the Arbiter's grounds and you're being insulted. Yeah, Zeno is learning about things he never wanted to learn about tonight. Alright, I'm just gonna get out of here because of the flickering lights, but there's a bunch of Namco characters there. I think you can see Hihachi there somewhere. Further down. But the screen flickers. Okay, so that's Namco Museum. I fucking adore this game. I grew up with the third volume. The first volume is also good. They're all good. But all of the best games are on volumes 1 and 3. I'm holding up the games as if you can see them. But, yeah. I don't know if they're still available on the PSN. If they are, I would highly recommend snagging them, because who knows if they're going to be pulled. Just get all 5 volumes. You'll thank me later. Or you can emulate them. But, it's up to you. One day I'll get the other volumes. Yes, Lizardman. Me and Zeno and Dennis are in the same clan on Warframe. However, we are on the Switch version of the game. And you cannot join a clan if you're not on the same console as someone yet. They haven't implemented the ability to join other console clans. You can probably just find a clan online and just join that. They usually will accept newcomers. Yeah, because if I'm on Switch, you can't join my clan from Xbox. If I'm on PS4, you can't join my clan from PC. It's kind of like that. It's unfortunate, but they are, they're working on it. Alright. Let me get a raid queued up. We're going to be sending on the love to someone else tonight. Let's see here. We have options. Ow. Good stream. Thank you. I really enjoyed this. You know what? We're gonna raid someone that I just met earlier today from Kohai's raid. We're gonna raid Kajiru. I only recently found him, and hold off on joining a clan until after the big October update because they might have news on cross-save and full crossplay as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, before I go, if you want to hang out after stream, I have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. And if you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. I will be posting my new schedule on Monday. Next week is my last regular week before my October horror marathon. So we're gonna be packed. In fact, my schedule is kind of packed until November, mid-November. We're gonna be stuck on some things for a while. However, we'll say for Monday, Zeno and I are gonna be finishing up Human Fall Flat. Tuesday, I'm doing a full playthrough of Iron Lung to celebrate 200 followers. I have severe thalassophobia, so it's going to be a nightmare. Wednesday, I didn't have anything planned, so I'm just going to play Animal Crossing and clean up my island. Yeah, excuse me, because I haven't played since New Year's. I think that'll be a nice chill stream. Saturday, we're doing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And Sunday, I believe, is October 1st. Ugh. So the horror marathon starts Sunday with Dino Crisis. I have never played Dino Crisis before. I only played it when I bought it to make sure that it worked. If Markiplier can do it, so can you. Okay, so I think I can do it, but I was able to push through Outer Wilds, which has a water planet in the game. And that was the single hardest thing I've ever had to do. I am deathly afraid of open water. Like, I had nightmares as a kid about being swept out to the lake. The weird thing is, I love swimming. I love fish. I love sharks. I love turtles. I love stingrays. I hate open bodies of water. It scares the shit out of me. The moment I can't see the bottom, I panic. Yeah, so like I will attempt a full playthrough. I cannot guarantee that I can finish it. It was hard enough to do it in Outer Wilds. Like, it's bad. It's so bad for me. It's like a genuine phobia. It's not just me being a pussy or anything like that. I am just genuinely afraid of open water. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it because I've heard very good things about the game and it does seem very interesting. It's very different, very unique, and I like that. I like games that are like that. But that'll be Tuesday. For right now, if you want to join in on the raid, I just closed the emote tab on accident. Where am I? There we go. Alright. So, we're going to go with Dapper Dragon Raid, because we've never raided this person before. If you want to join in on the raid, you can just copy that raid message. You can use whatever emotes you want. As long as you copy the raid message, that's all I care about. If you are subbed to me, I would prefer you use my emotes, but you can use whatever emotes you're comfortable with. I will see you all tomorrow. I will be posting my schedule tomorrow as well. And we're going to show Kajiru some love. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a very nice stream. I love Namco arcade games, and I love the Namco Museum games. I wish we had more games like them. So, see ya.